Hey, this is November 13th, 2025. I'm here at the home of Travis and Sydney Long in the city of Anaheim. So I'm going to stand in the kitchen, Alex. So this is the kitchen currently. All three spaces, the dining room, the kitchen, and the family room, the ceiling height is 96 inches. There is no soffit. There is a sliding door in the kitchen. They're open to not having a door. It could be a window instead, be fine. And they would like to open up the space. So getting rid of this wall here between the dining room and the kitchen, and this other wall between the family room and the kitchen. So just kind of opening it up. They're really open to design ideas, maybe having an island with seating. They are going to want to have a dining table. Doesn't necessarily have to be this table, but they would need a dining table. So currently, let me just give you the lay of the land. Here is the front door. So as you walk in the front door, there's a staircase to the upstairs, and then there's a living room. Now the living room is currently their family room. So I tell you that because the family room, they're not using, so they want to get some ideas on what to do with that. So here's the dining room. Beyond that is the kitchen, and then there's this wall here in my drawing, and then there is the family room, which currently they'd like some ideas on what to do with this space. It's not being used because the living room now is their family room, okay? And then they're open to design ideas. And then as far as style, they are modern in style, looking for slab doors, stained cabinets, stained slab doors, either quartz or quartzite countertop, tile backsplash. The appliances will mostly all be new. They're going to buy a new, maybe a 42-inch built-in fridge. They'll buy a 36-inch range. We do need to run a gas line. The nearest gas line, you can see the fireplace is right there in my drawing. So I believe that's the nearest gas line. It's, 9:30 at night or 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's dark out. I don't know where the other gas line or closer would be, but at least we know it's there. And then they'll buy a farm-style sink and faucet. They may keep this dishwasher or buy a new one. They're not 100% sure. They'll buy a microwave. They'll buy a microwave that can go somewhere in the kitchen. And then this is going to be a 36-inch range. So we need the gas line. And then the 36-inch hood. So it looks like there was a vent to the outside. And I could see that was kind of blocked up. So not being utilized, but it's there. And then as far as flooring, so they want to get an idea of if they just did the floor in the kitchen itself, and I don't know, I didn't put the square footage for the kitchen because I don't know how big the kitchen is going to be. And then the square footage for doing the whole house. So I do have that square footage for doing the whole house downstairs rather. And the flooring, maybe like a laminate possible floor for the downstairs. Okay, and then we're going to go to part two. So part two is, these little doorways, that 18-inch and 36-inch or 21-inch doorway and 36-inch. That is the other part of my drawing. So this is kind of like the back area, and they want an idea of how to make this into a ensuite, a bedroom ensuite, utilizing this powder room that's here, this bedroom that's down here, which is now being used as an office, but they could move their office upstairs. And then this bathroom, sauna room. So in this bathroom, there is a shower just kind of hanging on the wall here with a drain. And then we have the tub, there's a window there. And then here's a sauna, and then there's just this little tiny sink, kind of hanging on the wall. And that storage room, I didn't have quite the distance on my paper, so I did indicate that that depth of that storage room is 39 inches, so just FYI. Okay, so this is the whole space, and this is the access to the garage. And again, looking back, that's into the family room. Okay, so that should be it. Thank you.